August 20th, Wednesday. Memorial of St. Bernard, Abbot and Doctor. A reflection by Reverend Father Clifford Atta Anim. Matthew chapter 20, verses 1 to 16. The parable described in today's Gospel is known as the parable of workers in the vineyard, or the parable of the generous landlord. This remarkable and rather startling parable is found only in Matthew. There is gospel or good news in this parable because it is the story of the landlord's love and generosity, representing God's love and generosity. The question in God's mind is not, how much do these people deserve, but rather, how can I help them? How can I save them before they perish? It's all about grace and blessings. God is presented in the parable as a loving mother who cares about each of her children equally. The parable in a nutshell. The kingdom of heaven, says Jesus, is like a landowner who goes out early in the morning to hire laborers for his vineyard. He rounds up a group at 6 in the morning, agrees to pay them the usual daily wage, and then puts them into action. At 9 in the morning, he rounds up another group, saying he will give them what is just. At noon, he recruits a third team, and then at 3 in the afternoon, a fourth. Finally, at 5 in the evening, he finds still more laborers who are willing and able to work. He sends them into the vineyard to do what they can before sundown. As the day draws to a close, the landowner tells his manager to pay each of the workers 1 denarius, the daily living wage. He says to start with those who began working at 5 in the evening. We really need to follow God's example and show grace to our neighbor. When someone else finds more success than we do, let's try to rejoice with them and just assume they've truly earned it. And when someone who does wrong manages to escape being found out, let's remember all those times we've done wrong ourselves and somehow gotten off free. We mustn't wish pain on people for the sake of fairness, for that is envy. And we become envious of others because of our lack of generosity of heart. We really need to express our gratitude to God in our daily lives. God personally calls each of us to a particular ministry. He shows His care by giving us His grace and eternal salvation. All our talents and blessings are freely given us by God, so honestly, we should thank Him. By avoiding sins, by rendering loving service to others, and by listening and talking to Him. God bless you.